Hello to everyone and welcome back on my YouTube channel. This is my new RC Rally card I'm going to use in this 2025 season. It's a direct evolution from the one that I used in the 2024 RC Rally season, and in today's video I'm going to explain you all the changes that I made in order to improve his performances. If you are new here on my YouTube channel, let me explain you that this RC Rally model, let's say it's a hybrid which is built using some self-made parts, some 3D printed parts, but most importantly some parts from the X-Ray XB4 buggy and some other parts from the X-Ray T3 T4 touring car. Let's say that this is not my own RC Rally car because it's a project that has born because together with two other my friends we are using, let's say, the same model, and all together we are gathering all the informations, all the feedbacks, trying to improve it. The head of this project is a friend of mine, an engineer with a huge passion for RC Rally, Michał, that it's like, let's say, our chief engineer. I give him an idea about some parts and he's the one that has the skills in order to design it, to 3D print it and to make it, let's say, real. Now, step by step, I'm going to explain you all the changes made on this new model in order to correct, let's say, some weak points that we had on the model used in the previous RC Rally season. But before of that, guys, just a reminder to please leave a like and subscribe in order to support my channel. Thank you. If you follow my channel, you know that the last season RC model was suffering of a lot of understeer, and I did my best in order to correct this behavior, but all the changes that I made were not enough, because let's say the model in his overall characteristic, like the length of the underplate, the servo that I was using and so on, was preventing me to adjust this behavior just working on the setup. That's why during the winter break we made a lot of changes. So because there are a lot of changes that we made, as I said before, let's start step by step and let me explain you something about this new body. This is the one that I was using in the previous season. They are both Lancia Delta Integrale, but this one is from Killer Body and this is from Tamiya. The difference is that this one from Killer Body, it's a bit heavier and also it's bigger, it's longer and larger. Meanwhile, this one from Tamiya, it's a little bit lighter and it's also smaller and shorter. I decided to switch from Killer Body to Tamiya because I want to have the feeling that the car is small and it looks, let's say, larger on the stage. In this way, it's going to be easier to drive when there will be some obstacles like the one that we face in Czech Republic, like the small tunnels or the narrow bridges. Also, this body with this livery, I decided to make something, let's say, more aggressive and more rally. This is like a bit classic. It's lighter of 20 grams. So, with different livery, where I've applied less color, and thanks to the fact that the Tamiya one, it's a bit smaller, I saved 20 grams of weight. Now, moving on, let me show you the changes that I made on the chassis. When I'm saying the changes that I made on the chassis, it's not, let's say, only about me, because this is a teamwork. And my friend Michał, the first thing that he did was to shorten the underplate. The new underplate, it's shorter of about 5 millimeters in the rear, and that allowed us to move the rear differential closer to the center of the chassis. Meanwhile, the wheelbase is not changing because the suspension arms are moved a bit backwards, and we tried to correct a bit the weight distribution of our RC model. In this way, the idea is to provide, let's say, more mechanical grip on the real wheels. Moving from the front part of the chassis and then moving on the rear, as you can see, I'm not using anymore a sponge, but we have a 3D printed bumper. It's lighter, and also it has a shape designed by my friend Michał that fits perfectly with the body of the Lancia Delta Integrale. In this way, it's going to be reinforced and is not going to, let's say, break during the season. Also, using this 3D printed bumper, we are going to, let's say, solve an issue that we had last year using the sponge one, because during the rainy events, the sponge was absorbing a lot of water, becoming heavier. And this was, let's say, changing completely the behavior of the model and the setup. Then we have a new shock tower. Last season we were using the stock one from the X-Ray XB4. Meanwhile, this season Michał designed a new one that, as you can see, it's divided in two parts and allow us to regulate the position of the dampers, making it easier to customize the setup. Let's remove the cover of the chassis and let's switch to the steering blocks. Last season I was using the plastic steering blocks, heavily modified in order to increase the steering angle, but because of that they were a bit fragile. After driving mistakes that lead me to hit a wall and I had to retire from a RCD event, I decided to invest some money buying the aluminum ones. And they've been heavily modified, not by me, but by a friend of mine, Wojtek. He's an amazing modeler. And he, let's say, with some tools, customized them, removing some material from the internal part, allowing me to use them, recreating the same steering angle I had using the plastic one. And also he redesigned the carbon parts that unites the aluminum steering blocks to the steering links of the steering system. Another big change is the new servo. It's a low profile, a little bit slower comparing it to the Savox, but it also 20 grams lighter. So I saved 15 grams on the body, 20 grams on the servo, and also because the servo is smaller, I was able to place it 5 millimeters lower. As you know, on this model we use a direct steering system with an unusual position of the servo, and the more we put the servo closer to the underplate, the less the car is rolling. For the winter testing, I immediately noticed the difference with this new servo. 20 grams less in this position are a lot. About the electronics, I'm going to use a new engine for this season. I'm switching from the 10.5T to the 13.5T. 10.5T was a bit too powerful and I had to work a lot with the program card and with the transmitter in order to find the right amount of power and the correct gear ratio in order to, let's say, optimize this motor on my driving style. This season I decided to switch to a less powerful engine, but it's easier to drive and also to set up. Talking about the drivetrain, in this season I'm going to use also the central differential on the, let's say, normal setup. I'm going always to have the slippery clutch. Meanwhile, I'm going to use the central differential on tight RC rally courses where we'll have a high amount of grip. Maybe for sure I'm not going to use the central differential off-road because I've noticed that it's inconsistent. It's not easy to drive and the car behaves in a strange way. Meanwhile, on tarmac with, let's say, a sunny day, high grip conditions, the central differential helps me a lot in order to be fast in the corners, and it makes the car easier to drive, let's say, deleting completely the oversteer. And then, as I said at the beginning of the video, the rear of this new RC Rally car, it's shorter of around 5.5 millimeters. And this allowed us to move around 300 grams, because I'm talking about all the rear, let's say, differential cover, shock tower, and so on. That weighs 300 grams. Talking about the way I'm going to set up this RC model through the season and through the RC Rally event that I'm going to face, I'm going to use for tarmac stages the big bore aeration dampers from Tamiya, which are a bit shorter, comparing them to the X-Ray XB4 dampers that are much longer. Talking about the tires, in this RC Rally season I'm going to use 4 different type of tires. They are not a lot because I prefer to don't have a lot of different type of tires in order to know them and to know when to use them and how to use them. Sometimes I see people that came at RC Rally event with a lot of different tires, and then it's, let's say, hard to choose the right one. Having fewer options allows you to don't get confused and to know very well how a type of tires behave. So I'm going to use the Rally Block tires. I have this tire because in one of the championships in which I'm going to take part, the Moravia Cup, there we are only allowed to use the Rally Block tires, and this is very nice because it's a way that makes the competition, I don't want to say more fair, but excluding the tires, you have to work more on the setup and on your driving style. Also, it's a lot of fun because the Rally Block tires, they do not provide a lot of grip, especially on tarmac, and the model, it's fun to drive. Then I have the pin tires. I'm going to use them on off-road stages, depending if they perform better than the Rally Block tires and so on. It will depend a lot of the conditions of the stages. And then for tarmac, I'm going to use the Jetco tires or the Pirelli tires. So this is how I got ready for this 2025 RC Rally season. 1 year ago, if you follow my channel, I was always saying that I'm trying to learn about X-Ray, how it behaves, how to set it up, because last year it was my debut using X-Ray, switching from Tamiya, and I want that this 2025 is going to be a year where I will be able to take part in the RC Rally events, already knowing how this model behaves and what I have to change accordingly to the, let's say, weather conditions and so on. Now, the most important thing, is this model more competitive and, let's say, it has less understeer comparing it to the one that I used in the previous season? Yes. I already did my first RC Rally a few days ago. That's why maybe some of you noticed that the body is already scratched. And I had an issue. The model had no understeer at all, and I had some difficulties driving it. You will see the video soon here on my YouTube channel. So now the car is extremely competitive, it's easier to drive, and I'm quite sure that in this season I will be able to achieve some good results. And guys, I think that's all for this video. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about the new livery, the new model, and see you next week for a new video. Ciao!